Card Sunday, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Strap in, the first of 3 on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready, set. Warrior 70. Cowboys, come on.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A quick throw, but incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Let's go now. Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. Now allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
60 by.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great play there. 53 yards. And the Raiders will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down, Chiefs.
to throw. They get this into the hands of Sampson. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll look to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got man complete. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
A gain of 15. First down, Kansas City.
Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught at the end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
19,
Looking to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Bunker is on target. And we are tied at 7.
Harrison Butker, kickoff for Kansas City.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way out of the other side of the field.
That return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 72 yards rushing for it as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Dragon 60.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here comes third and the length of the football.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Here we go, set. 18 Cardinal, 18, go street. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Down the sideline he goes. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Come on, come on. Set.
They'll try to run this one in. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Mustang 19, ready, 60 Bobcat, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, ready.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
What my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. That flag, that'll push him back 5. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Okay, ready?
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
1st down, Kansas City.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
And I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
116 yards rushing for him in his first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. 3rd down and 1.
Ready.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
79 Broncos. Ready.
They'll try and throw for it here. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Ready. Here we go. Go.
Hands it off out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's got his big tight end here. big strides. Look at him go. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with first and goal at the 1-yard line.
Get it. Cougar 19.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that play's not going to go in their highlight reel at the end of the season, but the only benefit to the offense, maybe a little more space if they want to throw the football now after taking that loss.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on. And he's in! Touchdown! Raiders! A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Chiefs 14. Daniel Carlson picking up.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
First down, Chiefs.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
In a tie game that's going back and forth, oftentimes teams get really conservative because they don't want to make a mistake. But after that return, I think the offense coordinator just took a deep sigh of relief and said, okay, I can open up my playbook now. Let's see if he attacks.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good look at the end of that one.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving you an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and a yard. They're going to look to throw. Open man, that's Felton. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. On the gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Still fighting for more. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. The extra point by Butker is on target. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
32-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's caught. It's Dante Thornton. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Second and 10.
19 Lions. Down. 60. Panther 60. Panther 60.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. They got to get to the 23 here on third.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The slot man in motion right. Here's 2nd and 8. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Shamar Stewart just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. They'll set up a throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a drive that stalled out last time. Whitford on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride in the offense this go-around. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And they work this well upfield across the 35. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Las Vegas, 1st down.
79 Broncos.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Buffalo 18. Ready. Cougar 19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pressure coming, and they got it once again. Calling a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll look to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here now, 2nd and 4. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 166 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
That will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Chiefs have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this 4th quarter. And that rushing touchdown is 4. Puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Chiefs are going to get him. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Brings up 2nd and 13 at the 24-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Here's one deep for Pickens. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Street, ready. 19, Tiger, check.
And they'll run on the handoff. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Chiefs.
70 Lions. Go.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 16. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get this inside the 10 down to the 9. 182 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense. Second and 3 from the 9. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. Butker's kick here is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Off the name, first of all, you ain't fast long enough. With me, you ain't strong enough. So whatever it is, they got you thinking that you Superman. I got the Terminator. So much the mic,
the offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. For this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, and there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready?
They'll look to throw.
sack to bring up third down.
It's 3rd and 15.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to let it fly.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Good gain there on first down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Kansas City Chiefs.
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.